Yo, what's up, guys? Alright. What's up, team? What's up, Adam? What's up, Rel? What's up, Scott? What's up, Two-Way? Good morning, guys. Alright. Oh, man. Drinking my coffee, guys. I'm just drinking my coffee. I got my wife's coffee cup. Look. It has a queen bee on it, if you will. You see that? It's got a queen bee on it. It's my wife's coffee cup. You know, I'm not saying I'm not the queen bee, but, you know, it's my wife's cup. But it works as a cup, you know. Alright, guys. Market is down again today. We might get a halt today. It just depends on what the market does at the open. Here is the SPY. The Spider Mini S&P. Let's go look at a 5-minute chart. As you can see, it closed at 240. It closed up here. We are down here, so we're red on the day. It's not really that bad, and I don't think we're gonna get a halt, really. It's possible, and we should watch the market and be careful. But I don't think we're gonna get halted, just because, like, we dropped down some, but we didn't drop down a huge amount, you know. We dropped down like 2% or something like that. And so we'll see what happens, but it's nothing super significant today. The bigger drop was yesterday before the close. But we rebounded from most of that drop, and now we're about break even. So the market's not that bad. I mean, other stocks are still falling down with it, like AMD down, MU down, AMRN down, Crime, CGC, you know, stuff like that. And then we got virus stocks and a few other ones. We got BURG and penny stock land. We got WTRH and penny stock land. We got IFMK. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Meryl. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Can you guys hear me? Let me make sure the music relative to my voice is at a good enough level. So let me know if this works, if I'm too loud, if the music's too loud, what the deal is. Let me know. Before I'll stop looking at stuff for a second so you guys can tell me that. Haha. Judgment Free Zone, Queen John. That's right, man. I'm Queen Bee in this thing, you know? Nah, it's my wife's cup. I'm running out of coffee cups, and my wife has got these, like, I have, like, Star Wars coffee cups, and my wife has, like, fancy, like, gold-plated, you know, Queen Bee coffee mugs, you know? And so I don't know if I'm cool enough to use this thing, but I'm drinking out of it, you know? She'll probably get mad at me, really. She's told me never to microwave these mugs, and so I know not to microwave them, but, you know. She'll be alright. What's up, Jay? What's up, Bill? What's up, Libra? What's up, Chas? Yeah, you know. Alright. Volume good? Music is a smidge high. Music is loud. Alright, I got you guys. Let me turn it down a little bit. How is that? Is that better? Let me know if that works. Alright, so yeah, a lot of people agreed it's too loud. That's cool. I'll turn it down. That should be better now. Let me know if that works. I'm gonna put on my smart glasses, you know, so I can look really smart while I go over these stocks. Alright. Alright, guys, you all ready? Let's do this. We got BURG. I'm gonna look at some penny stocks real quick. They're too loud in my headphones. There we go. Alright. So, BURG Berg. I need a fat cigar to go with that coffee cup. You're right, dude. I need one, man. But yeah. BURG, first one we're looking up today. Alright, so I guess this is Chanticleer. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read this, and this is from Globe Newswire. It says, Chanticleer Holdings Incorporated, which is BURG, owner, operator, and franchisor of multiple nationally recognized restaurant brands, today announced the results of its special meeting of shareholders. On March 18th, which was yesterday, BURG held a special meeting of shareholders at which all proposals voted on at the specialty meeting were approved by the shareholders. The CEO, Mike Pruitt, put out a quote that said, "We are pleased that our shareholders have approved all of the proposals, including our recent proxy statement. Importantly, shareholders' approval now allows for both us and Sonnet Biotherapeutics Incorporated to move forward with the closing of our proposed merger transaction at the spinoff of the Chanticleer." Man, I don't like the name of this company, Chanticleer. Man, what the heck? Like, it's frustrating to say. Anyways, the spinoff of Chanticleer's restaurant business. And so, yeah, they basically had a meeting with all their shareholders. Not all of them, obviously, but some of their shareholders, I should say. And, you know, the ones that had the sway approved the proposals that they laid out. So, I mean, it's good news. It's not amazing news. It's good. We'll see what happens with BURG. We got WTHR or WTRH here. This was gapping up as well. Man, I can't talk right now. I'm saying glapping up. I'm saying Chanticleer. I think it's just too early. I gotta wake up some. I just woke up some. Some of these biotech stocks and stuff are just hard to read. So we got Waiter here, which is the Waiter app. Apparently, I didn't realize that Waiter had an app, but WTRH is the Waiter Holdings Incorporated app. They are up similar to Blue Apron. You know, Waiter is a similar app to Blue Apron. It's a food delivery app where you can I can order Jack in the Box and have it delivered to me, or I can order TJ Ribs and have it delivered to me. And so that's what Waiter is. And since people are staying home because of this quarantine, stocks that are going up are Blue Apron and Waiter and food order apps. Because I'll tell you this, I don't feel like going to the grocery store right now. You know, I could go to the grocery store and die. I'm not trying to do that, you know. And so these stocks are up because of that. WTRH and Apron. I'm sure APRN, which is Blue Apron, is up some as well. Yeah, APRN is ripping up. I think I could actually trade this one though. But yeah, we'll see what WTRH does. We got IFMK gapping up some as well. Some penny stocks are moving this morning. But yeah, IFMK is up. It had some volatility in circuit breaker halts yesterday. It looks like there was a signed purchase agreement to acquire 70% equity interest in Xiamen DL Medical Tech, and that was 2 days ago on the 17th. They said that Xiamen DL is going to pay $600,000 in cash and issue 900,000 shares of common stock for IFMK. We'll see what happens with that one. PIXI. Then we got Blue Apron here, which is just another food service app, a food delivery app. BMRA, some big moves yesterday. We got ACMR, ARGX, TS, Uber. Uber is up. Let's see why Uber's up. Look at Uber. See if it's just the overall sector, if there's a reason for Uber going up. Barron's.com analyst said he expects trouble for Uber, Yelp, and Grubhub. He cut all his internet stock estimates. Alright, so Starbucks had a delivery partnership with Uber Eats that was to reach national US availability by the end of April. And so that's the big news for Uber that came out yesterday, I guess, but this is something very recent. Okay, so Uber removed from Best Ideas list at Wedbush. They also announced an analyst call. So it must have been this morning. So they had an analyst call this morning for Uber at 7:30 to discuss rates, or to discuss the state of the business in light of the COVID-19 and what the company is doing to respond. And I guess people are having a bullish sentiment. Again, they just had a conference call, which was 10 minutes ago. It might still be going on now, and that might be what's causing this big move in the last 5 to 10 minutes. Most likely is. So yeah, it's just an analyst call that's going on right now. We'll see what happens during that analyst call, but that's why Uber is up in general. I wonder if Lyft's going to follow it or if it's a competitor, so it's going to go down. Yeah, Lyft is following it up. So we'll see what happens with those as well. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. Like I said, we got some other penny stocks like PIXY ripping up some. I guess I can look up this in penny stock land to see what the deal is for Pixie here. Was halted multiple times yesterday, but why? I don't see any catalyst for this, for Pixie. What kind of company is this? Let me see. Industrial. It's a staffing enterprise that designs, manages, and sells access to a disruptive, revolutionary HRIS platform that facilitates employment in the rapidly growing gig economy. Okay, so it's kind of like Uber for jobs. We'll see what happens with Pixie. We got BMRA gapping up some as well. Big moves yesterday. Alright, so this is a COVID-19 test company, is BMRA. We'll see what happens with that one too. Music still loud? I wonder if it lowers for y'all if I do this. No. Alright, I got you guys. Sorry. I mean, that's completely lowered, but let me know how this works. This is how it's going to be when Mitch gets here, so it should be pretty low now. Let me know if that works, though. What's up, gamer? What's up, bro? Yeah, let me know how that works. I'm gonna have to go check it in a second, just because people have different subjective views on what volume is too loud, and so I'll have to come back to it. Alright, and then we can look at the overall market today, guys. I mean, that's what's gapping down. Just to take a look at the overall market, we got UWT, which is oil, kind of with the overall market down some. The SPY itself is about break even. We closed at 240 even. We're at 236 now, so it's not that bad. It's definitely not previous days bad. We'll see though. There could be some more choppiness and kind of sideways action if this doesn't look good today. So that's what I think what might happen today. I think we might get some sideways movement. I think we might get some sideways action. I don't necessarily think that we're gonna shoot down, at least I hope not. I think we'll probably just kind of chop sideways, go to the highs, back down to the lows, go to the highs, and so with that I gotta be careful, I think. But I think that's probably what we're gonna get today. I can go over some news with the overall market here as well. Bill Ackman saying we need a 30-day shutdown, pleads with Donald Trump to save U.S. Here's the thing about Ackman, though. I don't really trust Bill Ackman, man. The reason I don't trust Bill Ackman is because that dude is going to say anything he can to benefit his position. You know what I mean? And I respect him for it to a certain extent, you know? Here's the thing about Bill Ackman. That dude's going to say whatever he can to affect his positions in a positive way. If he's holding a short position, he's going to say whatever he can to make that position do well for him. If he's holding a long position, he's going to say whatever he can to boost that number up. What's up, Leo? Yeah, everybody's complaining about the music, man. It's hard to find a good spot. Alright. We can look at the overall market news today. Yeah, I had a good day yesterday too, man. Let's see what my account's at. I should be well over 2K in profit. Not well over, but I should be over. Oh, man, I'm not. Disappointing, man. I'm about 19 bucks away, though. Should be easy to break. But roughly, I mean, I'm going to just round up and say about 2K in profit. I'm at $1,981 in profit. It's still good. I talked to Mitch yesterday. The single biggest thing I need to do, though, is scale up. I got to stop trading too small, man. It's not what I need to do. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the overall market news today, guys. Market news should be fun. We can go over it again later if we really need to. But what's up, Leo? Yeah, I'm trying to find news for the market, but I'm not seeing like really anything. All right, so I got a few releases that came out today. Yesterday evening, a report came out that said the New York Stock Exchange is actually going to be closing the trading floor temporarily, but they're going to keep electronic trading open. I mean, obviously. They will temporarily move to full electronic trading. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, you got some people trading in the pit. Most of the time, the people that are still trading in the pit are doing so because of nostalgia. Like, they just want to relive the old glory days of trading, and that's why they're still trading in the pit. Unless you're specifically talking about market makers. They're a completely different animal. But the actual retail traders that are still going to this exchange every day to trade, like I said, are just doing so for nostalgia reasons. I think there's way more benefits to trading electronically, obviously. It just makes the most practical sense in this age of technology, and I get trading on the floor. I kind of want to do it before I die, at least. It's like a bucket list thing, is to go trade on the stock floor. But in the end, I think it's way more practical to just trade electronically, and I think the people that are still going to the stock exchange every day are doing so because, again, it's mostly nostalgia. They don't want to, give up the glory days of trading, but trading's moved past that. I'll try to two-way, man. I'll try to, bro. I gotta stop being a wimp, man. I'm a big wimp, dude. Yeah, I mean, I've been super profitable. That's the hard part, is that it's like I know I'm profitable, and like I know I can slowly build my account if I stay within my comfort zone. But the problem is it's gonna take a long time, and I've grown up. Like I've got such a big cushion in my account now. I have tons of room. I can take big size if I want to, and that's what I gotta do. I appreciate it, Gavin. But yeah, I'm kind of bummed out though, man. Look at this. I am literally $19 away from my $2,000 profit goal. I thought I hit it yesterday. I really did think I thought I hit that yesterday. But I am I am $19 away from my $2,000 profit goal. Well, unfortunate. I hit it yesterday too. I think I just traded too small, and this goes back to the normal problem. I just got to stop trading small. Yesterday I had like 5 green trades, 100% accuracy. I didn't lose at all yesterday, and I streamed it all live, and I traded multiple times. I haven't lost once this week. I think I might have lost once. I definitely haven't ended the day green or red one day this week. I've been green every single day. I'm pretty sure I haven't lost, but I might be wrong on that. But I've streamed it all live, and it's been really fun. And so we'll see what we get, but I should break that today comfortably. But yeah, SPY's bouncing back up here. It's up to 238.20s. We'll see what we get with the market, but they're making a movie about the first black floor trader. She's 22 or something. What? She's still there in the pit? That's cool. I mean, listen. I'm super passionate about the stock market. They've got a lot of good documentaries about floor trading. They've got one called In the Pit, which is just about the actual floor trading. Great documentaries. Tasty Trade actually has a lot of really cool old school documentaries on all the big traders from the pit and how the dude Tom, I think it's Sosnoff, was a pit trader, and he eventually created Thinkorswim and then sold it to TD Ameritrade for like $400 million. And so the original creator of the charts I'm using, I think it's Tom Sosnoff. He's the founder of Tasty Trade. And again, he was a floor pit trader for a long time, and that's what he did. He was a floor pit trader. Once electronic trading started, he kind of transitioned over to electronic trading and eventually founded Thinkorswim and then sold it to TD Ameritrade for like $400 million or something like that. Now he's rich. But you know, he still talks about trading, and that's how you know the dude likes trading, is because he doesn't have to trade. Dude's $400 million richer. And so, but he still makes YouTube channels and stuff like that for Tasty Trade, and I think that's cool. Yeah, roughly, Gavin, roughly. I'm just trying to grow my account, and I've been growing so slowly, but the cool thing about it is that it's not 2K with like one big win. It's like 2K with a bunch of small wins, and so it's consistently profits. It's consistent profits. You know, I'm really happy with it. I'm just trying to grow. I don't care at what rate I grow. I think I do need to scale up in size a little bit. But at this point, I'm just trying to grow bigger. I'm trying to grow my account. People are going to make fun and be like, oh, you suck. You know, and oh, my guru makes $500 billion. And like, that's cool. I want to grow my account, and I'm going to protect it as I do it. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button. We do this live for free right here on YouTube every weekday morning. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you want to watch this again. John, how are you learning to handle your psychology while trading? Right now, I'm reading a book called Heuristics of Judgment and Choice, but I'm looking for my next read. So here's the thing, and this is my honest take on the psychology of trading and like growing a small day trading account. And so really, the way I think you really have to do it is I think that you have to trade small at first, especially at first, because I think in the end, it's all a conditioning game. You have to condition yourself to not be so mentally attached to your money. And that's a difficult thing to do because, let's be real, nobody likes to lose money. Nobody likes to lose money. And so you have to condition yourself to care less about your money. And that's a very difficult thing to do. And it's where a lot of traders run into a lot of problems, is because they are too attached to their money and subsequently end up losing it because of that. It's kind of like, before I traded, I was a poker player, and so the best analogies I have for this are actually poker analogies, but a very common poker analogy is scared money don't make money. And in poker, if you are scared to lose your stack, your chips, you almost certainly will. If you're scared to lose your chips, you're going to dwindle down your stack until it's gone. Same thing with trading. If you're scared to lose your account, you're going to dwindle that down. And I'm not saying don't practice risk management, but what I am saying is that you have to condition yourself to make the right decisions. You have to condition yourself to stick to your plan, even if the stock is going against you. Because you before you get into the trade, you document objective levels of a stock's chart. You document the most objective levels you can. And after you're in that trade, you're less objective about the overall stock. You're less objective about what the stock is actually doing because you have fear of losing. You want the stock to go into your direction. And so the way you kind of combat that is that you create the plan before you enter the trade. You create the plan before you enter the trade, and then you stick to that plan. Once you're in the trade, that's the easy part's done. You know, you document the levels. You say, this is my risk, this is my reward, before you enter that trade. That way, after you're in that trade, the hard work's done. You just got to let it go to your levels. You just say, if it goes here, I get out. If it goes here, I get out. And that's it. And that's the easy part. And that's how you handle your emotions. You create the trading plan before you enter the trade. And we actually have a really good video on this. It's called How to Build a Trading Plan. And one of the big overarching points of that video is that you must create this plan before you enter the trade. And if you don't, you're just gambling. You're just guessing. You're flipping a coin. You know, you create your levels before you get into the trade, and then you stick to those levels, because that is when you're the most objective, is the overarching point. But I'll try to post that video if anybody wants to check it out. So I'll try to find that point. It's called How to Build a Trading Plan. Alright, yeah, here's that video right here. Really good video. Yeah, there's that video if anybody wants to check it out. It's called How to Build a Trading Plan. But yeah, let's see if we got anything else in the overall market right now. We also got a few other reports. Alright, so we had a Gartner survey that revealed 88% of firms favor work from home regardless of medical condition. Almost half plan to freeze hiring. Yeah, so they put out a report from MT Newswires is where this is reporting it from. It says, quote, Gartner said early on Thursday, 88% of organizations in its survey have encouraged or required employees to work from home regardless of whether or not they showed coronavirus-related symptoms. Nearly all organizations, which is 97%, have canceled work-related travel, and more than 80% increase. More than an 80% increase since March 3rd. The survey of 800 global human resources executives was conducted 2 days ago on March 17th. And so yeah, that's kind of news that we're getting. We also have a fourth quarter current account deficit narrowed to 109.8 billion versus 109.5 billion estimate, prior revised 125.4 billion. And so we do have that news. Right, and there's different ways. Like, it's not always the same way for a scalp. Like I say this, and I don't mean to seem hypocritical compared to how I've been trading the last few days. I really don't. I don't mean to seem hypocritical compared to how I've been trading the last few days. But when you're scalping, it's a little bit different. Like, when I'm scalping, I'm just trying to ride that momentum down. And so really I'm trying to give myself roughly a 1-to-1 risk reward, and I'm just trying to get in and out very, very quickly with scalps. And so really I'm just trying to scalp myself in and out. And so with scalping, it's a little bit different, but I would say with like regular conventional day trading, you need to build a plan before every trade. Like I said, I've been scalping a little bit more lately. And so it's a little bit different for that, but the plan point still remains. You still have a plan even if your levels aren't super distinctive. Rel says you should look at reading Taming Your Gremlin. I'll have to check that out. What is the best virus software for a Mac? I don't know, man. I'm not really much of a Mac guy here, you know. I don't even have a Mac computer at my house. I have multiple Windows, and then I have a few Linux VMs that I use. But yeah, I don't really have that many Macs. I use mostly Linux and Windows. Alright, but yeah, so we have the fourth quarter current account deficit from the Bureau of Economic Analysis is due today at 8:30 Eastern Time. So that was 30 minutes ago. And again, let's see what it said. Fourth quarter account deficit was narrowed to 109.8 bill versus 109.5 billion expected, and it was prior revised to 125.4 billion. The March Philly Fed manufacturing dropped to minus 12.7 versus plus 14 expected, versus minus 14 expected, prior of 36.7. It's Thinkorswim. Maybe you're entering the wrong name. But yeah, that's the problem with a Mac. If you have a Mac, you have to like download a converter for your programs. Because a lot of them, and listen, as a programmer, I understand why a lot of people have stuff for Windows, but they don't have stuff for Mac. You know, because there's different programming languages, and so when someone creates an application, you know, Mac is now in Swift, I think, and then, you know, I think Windows is in Java, and so, you know, it's going to be different programming languages, and so if one programmer doesn't know both languages, you're going to have to hire multiple different programmers to create the application, because Apple and Microsoft, or Apple and PC are in two different programming languages. Their OSs and their software. And so, you know, if the web application company has the money, maybe they'll hire both types of programmers, but a lot of time they can't. And so that's when you see programs for Windows but not on a Mac, or program for a Mac but not on a Windows, is because it gets expensive trying to download or trying to program different software for different computers. Sorry, not to get really nerdy today, but but yeah, we'll see what the SPY gives us. I'm waiting to see something else, but yeah, no, I have a Mac and Thinkorswim works fine. It works slower, I'll give it that. It works a little bit slower, but if you have, like, most of the time, I think most of the time people think stuff doesn't run well on Macs is because, let's be honest, Macs have much worse specs with their laptops. And most people who buy a Mac buy a laptop. I mean, sure, you have the iMac, which is a really powerful computer, but most people aren't spending money on that. And one of the reasons I don't like Macs is because they're just expensive, man. You get an 8 gig, you know, tiny laptop with you get an i3 8 gig laptop for like $3,000. You get the same laptop with a Windows for like $1,000, maybe less than that. You know, for half the price of like a i3 8 gigabyte Mac, I could buy a really nice, you know, Legion i7, you know, 16 gig laptop that's gonna handle anything I throw at it. And you know, I'm not a fanboy of either one. I like PCs better. I'm just more used to them. I will give Macs credit though. Macs are a little bit easier to navigate through, so I will be fair with them in that way. And so that's why people have trouble running stuff on Macs, is because a lot of the specs on the Mac laptops are very small and poor, versus like what a Windows is. Like I said, you buy a Mac laptop, it might be an i3 8 gig, which is like base, terrible specs, slow computer. Not slow, but not very powerful computer. And then you try to run a powerful software like Thinkorswim on there, and it's gonna struggle, because you just don't have the specs to keep up with it. But yeah, we'll see what we get, guys. We also have some gap downs here as well. We also have natural gas, which is kind of following the market. From what I'm seeing, we're about break even today. This is the SPY right here. The closing price is at 240, and we're kind of testing that level, but we're about break even. And so I don't think we're going to get halted at the open today. I think we'll probably be fine unless we see a big drastic drop. I think we're going to be all right. I had my mom and grandma get a Mac. Yeah, and like I said, some Macs are powerful, but the base Macs are not. Like you go to the Mac store. If you don't know anything about computers and you go to the Mac store and you buy like a little laptop, that thing's not gonna be able to run like big powerful programs. It's just not. The reason I know this is because we've had a few of them, and they're just slow for the most part. They can't run stuff. There's not that much compatibility, and I like Macs, but you know. But yeah, there's APRN ripping up. I know a few people said they got in on APRN. Yeah, with that, we got about a break-even day today. We have a vaccine in Seattle at the Kaiser Permanente Washington Research Institute. Interesting. What's up, 2-way? The champ is here. VXRT, IBIO, GPX, short into my resistance levels, taking the easier trades and will avoid APRN and sympathy tickers until the backside comes in. Yeah, for sure. We'll see what APRN does. I don't know if I can even trade it. I can. Okay, so I can trade this one. I'm waiting for an Etf Preview to come out in the market. Usually they put one out by now, but... Alright, so we got a few other news. Is it Mnuchin says he wants to buy 10 billion to 20 billion and more oil at lower prices. Mnuchin says he will recommend Trump seek more money to fill up strategic petroleum reserves, and he also sees economic Q2 activity down, sees pickup in the third quarter and massive rebound in the fourth quarter. And I can't say I necessarily disagree with him. I think it all depends on the timeline of the coronavirus, though. But yeah, he's guessing that we're going to see second quarter economic activity down, a little bit of a pickup in the third quarter, and then a big rebound in the fourth. And I think if July, August is the date where they think that this is going to start to kind of ease up a little bit, I think that's exactly what we're going to get. We'll see, though, but I think that's probably what we're going to get. What's up, Maestro? Australian researchers testing 2 drugs as potential cures for the virus. Who posted that, though, JB? A lot of the time, people are pushing up fluff for the virus just because they're trying to pump their stock up. BMRA breaking highs, though. I don't think this one's probably tradable just because it had no volume prior to today. No, it's not, unfortunately. I'm not sure, Anthony. I'm not from the UK, bro. He says, what's the best platform to use from someone who lives in the UK? I mean, you could use TradeNet and TEFs, but, you know, there's pros and cons. It just depends on what. If you're looking to trade penny stocks, TradeNet and TEFs is probably not for you. If you're looking to trade mid and high cap stocks, I mean, you could get started for $400 on TradeNet. You get a 14K account. There's no PDT rule. I'm not going to do the whole spiel about it right now. It's too early. But if you want to check that out, you can. There's the link for that. What's up, Gideon? Good morning. Mitch is over there posting his Mitch is over there posting his edibles, man, making me jealous of being here in Texas. He had a cannabis vanilla latte. Oof, man. Jealous over here. What's up, hero? Yeah, I don't get a check, that's for sure. I'm very blessed, though. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm very blessed. Mitch and I were playing Xbox yesterday together. We were playing some Halo 3. So if anybody ever wants to get on Halo with us, seriously, let us know. We'll hop on with you. But we were playing some Halo 3 yesterday, and we were talking about how lucky we are because, you know, we can essentially work from home doing this, and my schedule really hasn't changed that much. And so we're very blessed at this point, you know, and we got to be grateful for it. Alright, we also have a few other stuff like Disney. Check out Disney here. Rebounding a little bit, still down, mostly doing what the market's doing. AMD's following the market here, but yeah, you could look at the SPY, and we are roughly break even. We're pretty close to it. We closed at 240. We are at 238.90, so we're very, very close. We're within $2 of break even, and so not bad. What's up, crypto? No, this is I stream at the exact same time every day, hero. These medical companies are annoying my ears off recently. Everyone around me is talking about how this company or that company is coming for a cure. Yeah, and it's starting to frustrate me too because everybody's trying to get in on this sector. And I usually see this all the time with different hot sectors that pop up. Maybe this sector's pop up, people jump on it, so forth, so on. But with the coronavirus, it just seems like a sleazy move, man. It just seems like a sleazy move for companies to just use that as like an in to like pump their stock up. It just seems sleazy because it's serious, man. And people, it might give people false hope, but nah. Yeah, I have played Warzone, Chase. I have played a few games of Warzone. I'm down for some Overwatch. I love Overwatch, man. I'm not the greatest at it. I usually just get Diva and just hold the trigger down. But I like Overwatch. It's fun. It's one of my games. I have it. Get into Counter-Strike? I never got into it, man. I'm not much of a PC gamer. I'm more of a Xbox gamer. Not much of a PC gamer. Never really got into it. PC gaming takes way too much work to do. I'd rather just buy a console and turn it on instead of having to like soup up a computer to play PC games and then download the game. It's just less appealing to me. I'm not trading, leaving the account alone until I can upgrade to Pro. Yeah, I mean, I'm finally I'm pretty close. I'm at $2,000 of profit, so I have a lot of room. And like I said, you're gonna see me start to scale up a lot more. I'm thinking at least 300 to 400 shares. I'm not going to give myself a set share amount. I think that is one way to get me to put too much pressure on myself. But I am going to start working on scaling up, and you should see that today in the stream as well. Alright, here's the ETF preview, and I'm just going to go ahead and read this. This is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, stock futures were in the red ahead of the opening bell as the New York Stock Exchange said it will close its lower Manhattan trading floor and move to an electronic platform next week as COVID-19 spreads in the biggest U.S. city, where officials are urging people to stay at home to contain the disease. I mean, I think this is a very self-evident and necessary move. That stock exchange is so crowded. I mean, it used to be crowded. And like I said, the only people that are really trading on the floor are people that are doing so for nostalgia reasons. Like, they're trying to relive the glory days of trading. But most of trading has actually transitioned to electronic trading already. And so that's not going to affect the market that much. We also have stimulus measures from and this is all quoting again, it says, quote, stimulus measures from the European Central Bank, the US, France, and the UK, Australia, and other progressive countries have failed to calm markets as more new cases kept coming in from different parts of the world. Central banks rate cuts have also failed to dent the virus's adverse effect. And I think nature's a scary thing, and I think if we I think we have to understand, at a certain point, we just got to let it run its course. We can take preventative measures, but, it's hard to stop nature at a certain extent, and, I think quarantining ourselves is the best thing we can do. It also says, quote, there have been reports that the U.S. is moving toward the passage of a bill that will help mitigate the spread of the coronavirus by providing free testing, paid sick leave, and the bill up for signing by President Donald Trump is just one of the pieces of legislation that's being worked out between the Trump admin and lawmakers. He's also proposing a $1 trillion economic package to cushion the impact of the outbreak, which has disrupted businesses and operations, hurting spending and investment on the world's biggest economy. And so to move on to commodities here, we have crude that is up 8.5%. The U.S. oil fund is down 0.2%. Natural gas is up 1.6%. In the U.S. natural gas fund is down 0.6%. Gold is down some 1% or 0.1%. The Spider Gold Trust is down 1.2%. Silver's up 1.4%. And the iShares Silver Trust is down 0.09%. I play on my PC, but I use my Xbox controller. Oh, at first I thought you were talking about trading, dude. I thought you were talking about trading at first, and I was about to be like, sign me up, man. I want to trade with my Xbox controller. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should try that, you know. Yeah, it is sleazy, but it's no different than other times for hot stocks. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Warzone, man. I played a game. It was fun. But I never quite finished it. I've taken care of several people with the COVID-19, and to be honest, it's terrifying. They say it's deadly for you and old, but the young get just as sick. Stay home, everyone. Yeah, man. I'm not trying to catch it. I'm definitely not trying to catch it. Let me get Mitch in here. Yo, what's up, Mitch? Do you take any measures to protect your eyes from screens? No. I probably should, though, honestly. I had some blue blocking glasses, but I lost them. I don't know what I did with them. But, man, I stare at screens every day. It's probably a good idea to not do it, actually. I have to buy some more. I have some somewhere. I don't think these are them. I could just sit here. I can't see much, you know. I got some Ray-Bans on, you know what I mean? Everybody joining the stream right now is like, what is he doing? I'm chilling, man. You there, Mitch? What's up, Mitch? Whoa, I can't see it all with these. It's too dark. Yeah, I'll have to find them, but I probably should. COVID-19 conspiracies? I mean, I don't know, man. I think nature is scarier than any person, and I think that I don't know, man. I think that conspiracies are, like, I understand conspiracies, and everybody believes at least one conspiracy. You know what I mean? But I also think that the problem with conspiracies and believing them is that you want them so desperately to be true to justify your beliefs and to confirm and justify your beliefs. And I think it's kind of like preppers who kind of want the end of the world to happen so they can justify all the time spent in prepping. And I don't like that mentality. I don't want the world to end. I don't want the market to do bad. I don't want people to suffer. I would rather people do well and hope it never happens. And I think a lot of the time people that get really wrapped up in like the end of the world, you know, prepping and bunkers and, you know, emergency food stashes and stuff like that. I'm not saying don't be prepared, but I think at a certain point it changes your ideology and it changes how you view things to where you actually want bad things to happen to justify your beliefs. And I think that's a very scary thing that we should be very weary of and not want to happen, you know. I'm too cool for y'all, man. That's right. Yeah. The Earth is flat. But if the Earth is flat, why are all the other planets round? And you can't be like they're not round. You look at the moon. You know, it's round. Obviously round. It's just not round. It's a sphere. That's the biggest thing with the whole flat Earth thing, right? If you really think the Earth is flat, why are all the other planets round? You know what I mean? Like, that's the single biggest argument I have for it. Like, if the Earth is flat, why are all the other planets round? You know? I don't know, man. Somebody stopped it. What's up, Bailey? She says, being stuck inside is causing me to stay awake a lot later than usual. Yeah, I've been having to go play. I go play baseball with my kids every day to give myself something to do. Because, you know.
What's up, man?
What's up, dude? We got Mitch in here, guys. Let me know how the volume is, guys. Let me know what the volume for Mitch is.
What's going on, traders? How we doing? Another beautiful day trading.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
do it. Excited, man.
Yeah, man. It's a little bit slower of a day, though. I think we got to be careful. It's a little bit duller of a day. We're about break even. I think one of the reasons I've been doing well in the last few weeks is because the market has been very volatile and picking trends, and so I think we got to be careful if it looks to start slowing.
I don't think we're getting anytime soon slow down. So, just got to keep trading.
Yep.
The price movement's going to be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Now the SPY might seem like it's slowing down, but the other stocks are going to be moving a significant amount regardless. And then you could also look for plays that are outside of the correlation of the SPY. So all the coronavirus plays, they're not going with the SPY. They're in what you call counter correlation. They're not really going with the SPY. They have their own kind of mechanics right now because of the amount of people that are invested in them. A couple sectors like that would have to be healthcare retailers, like I talked about yesterday, like CVS, Walgreens. You also got RAD. You can look at supermarkets like Kroger's. You could look at supermarket plays like Costco and plays like that. You can look into delivery food plays like Grubhub, Uber. There's a couple different delivery plays you can look at. You can also look at Domino's for a delivery play. I've also been starting to look at maybe even Papa John's as a delivery play. I know Papa John's is really down on their daily chart, so that's a possible delivery food that could get a spike because of all the necessary demand coming in from delivery. You could look for biotechs like APT, Gilead. Those are some of the ones that are in there in those plays. And then you could also look into something called specialty chemicals. One of the plays I have right here is ECL. I think this one's going to start bouncing back just because what they make is specialty chemicals. And the demand for it is going to be very high. I think, yes, it did get hit by the overall market, but I think right around now, it should start finding a bottom. I think this 150 holds today. We could start bouncing back to 170s, maybe even 180s in the stock. But those are the kind of plays that I'm looking for. Now, of course, if you see the overall market trapped in a range, then you got to look at different stocks differently. Understand that at the end of the day, what John and I both, I think, have been seeing is runs up to what I call the full range move, where it runs all the way up to the resistance, and then it runs all the way back down to the support. Runs back all the way up to the resistance, back down to the supports. So that kind of up and down move, you guys can make money on it, but understand that we're not having the continuation moves. Moves are not just strictly going down. Moves are not going strictly going up. So you got to stay within the range and knock down the range. What's going on, guys? Good morning. What's up? We got let's run through this to see if I can run. Let's see how quick I can do this today. Not be too loud. All right, we got Justin in the house. We got Ethan, Two-Way, JB, Maestro, Anthony, Gold, Beta, Gideon, Justin, Scott. What's going on, Gavin, Bailey, Junior, Addicted. We got the Manic Tiger in the house. Gamer Stupid. You already know, guys. We got Taylor, Buzz, Jay, Sean, Joe, Beta. What is going on, guys?
Yep.
Joe,
What's up, team?
John, bro, Joe.
That's Hero, man. That's my man. Hero. You know? He's here to get banned if he talks about other stuff besides trading, and then get mad at me, and then say he's never going to come back, and then he's going to be back tomorrow. You know? That's the daily routine, man. Every day. You know?
Good morning, guys. If you guys are new to the chat, definitely say hello. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing this morning?
What's up, team?
All right, guys. So another good play that I'll be looking at is, I got this one over here. Let me see. Right here. You know, Walmart's actually up right now.
Is it?
Yeah. Look at the daily chart on Walmart.
Hold on, let me check it out.
You'd be surprised.
Okay, let me check it out. What's WMT, right? Yeah, WMT. Yeah, it's up a little bit. You know.
Yeah, man. No one's still up. Surprising, but.
People are gonna stock up on stuff from Walmart.
All right,
stay open.
How much time do I got? So I can. Okay. All right. I want to be.
2
Okay.
minutes.
All right. Did you see Beyond Meat?
No.
50s, baby. $52 is gonna go through 50. What? But this was a bull. But this was going to 200. I think this definitely this teaching me one of my best calls ever. You could have easily got short off this low here, this 125, 128s. That's where I was calling it. I called the put down to 50. I didn't think it was going to get here this fast, but in less than 2 months, down to 50.
Yeah, you should have bought that thing though. You should have done it, man. I don't know. You'd be balling out of control right now. You and Hero have a love-hate relationship. It's a beautiful thing to watch every day. We do, man. I love Hero, but I gotta ban him every day. But you know, it's all love to Hero. What's a good trading platform to use? Loaded question. Just depends on what you want to do. Great day to trade. We'll see.
Man, that Beyond Me, man.
Yep.
People didn't think it could come back down because that's where it IPO'd. But this, I wouldn't be surprised if you see this thing down to $30.
Yeah, it's just a hype machine, man. You see these a lot, right? You see these a lot where people just get super invested in a stock. They just get really into a stock. They did it with TLRY. They could never believe TLRY was coming down. They did it with a lot of these different things, and BYND was just one of them. It was one of the ones where people just bought into it, man. They just bought into it. But any trader looking at it objectively is like, okay, like this thing is not going to maintain. It's too high. And mostly because it's not actually profitable yet. You know what I mean? Like, I get the concept. I agree with what they're about, but it's just not profitable yet. There's the bell, guys. Let me get my stuff set up. I'll get my check.
It's the same chart of TLRY.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people didn't believe me.
Yeah.
But, you know,
yeah. Stories
don't lie, man. Parabolic stocks don't go parabolic again.
All right, we got AMD dropping. Some at the bell. What's the SPY doing itself? S&P 500 is dropping a little bit. I think we got to watch the SPY, though, here.
Watching Rad. New share here.
All right, so we got a little bit of a drop at the bell, but nothing super substantial.
Remember, the SPY ran right before it, so I'm looking for drops immediately, and then I'll look for the spike later on.
Yep.
AMD, I'm looking for a fade. Definitely looking for a fade near these 39.35s.
Yeah, SPY's bouncing a little bit, so we might get a little short-term bounce in AMD, I think. Just depends.
MU up there at VWAP. She already left me.
Would have been able to buy that second Lambo, Mitch. That's right, man.
APT moving up there. Remember, when the SPY moves down, APT has a tendency of moving up. Just to give you guys a heads up on that price action. Has a tendency of moving opposite of the SPY. Why that happens? Tell you the truth, I'm not even sure. All right, looking for a pullback in APT. Look for a VWAP bounce play towards 1265s. If I do take this, is going to be with very limited shares to limit the risk because the spread is massive on this one.
Roku just broke lows. Big drop in the SPY. Big drop in AMD. Big drop in Roku. It's so market dropping down some here. The S&P 500 is following it to a certain extent, but we are getting a drop in the SPY. We're down to 236.50s. S&P 500 is down to 23.65s.
Looking for big pullbacks here so I can get in here.
See you gold later, brother.
Looking for LK to come back here to VWAP. Could try to do a fade there. Risk on that one would be about 30 cents. Still trying to get the pullback in APT. Still haven't gotten it to pull back here. So I got a couple stocks I'm looking for fades, AMD and LK. And then I'll be also looking for longs on APT. SPY moving down there big time, man. It traps so many traders. Everyone was like, why is it moving up so fast in pre-market? Because it's trying to trap you, man. It's trying to create emotion. Remember, guys, speed creates one thing, emotion. So you need to always try to be logical when you see speed. It's not necessarily you match speed with speed. That doesn't work. I think I see that often. I see traders see a move really fast and they think they need to move just as fast or faster. That's not the way to trade, guys. Be logical in your trades.
SPY dropping down to 235.50s here.
Yeah, big drops. MU was probably the fade of the day, but I missed it by a second. I was looking at AMD because it moved more significantly at the open, but no bounces.
Right, yeah, I'm still waiting for a bounce in one of those. It just depends, though, what the SPY's doing when we do get a bounce. You gotta watch it relative to everything else. But the S&P 500 is down. I'll be right back, Mitch, so hold it down, bro.
No worries. Looking for a fade in CVS here now. It did break down significantly. We'll look for a 56.75 or 56.80 entry here. Right now, I'm going to look for 75s. Looking for APT to come back significantly here. Let me see the 5-minute chart. All right, 1265s would be an entry for APT for me. Grub moving down there. Keep that one on watch. All right, I just saw a really big spike there in WBA and also CVS. So I'm going to be careful here on CVS especially and WBA because I was bullish on these plays. It's a significant amount of volume there. All right, look for a VWAP bounce play in these. Look for them to pull back to VWAP here, 70s or 80s. We could play it off of 60s. Look for RAD also to make a move now that I've seen these move like that. There's RAD. See if I get a slight pullback in RAD, and I'll try to get in RAD here. No pullback in RAD there. I liked it at 820s, but I'm not getting a pullback. I need a pullback towards 815s or 820s. I'm going to put the order out just in case it pulls back to 820s. Also watching this CVS come down here. All right, well, since RAD's not pulling back, I might go for CVS here. Let's see if we can get into the 70s with the bid, with the ask. Looking for a 70 move here. Didn't touch it. I had it right here, guys. It went to 70. Confused, looking at two stocks, not nailing one of them. Let's try to focus in here. Looking for a pullback in WBA or CVS. Missed that VWAP bounce, guys. That was a good attempt there, guys. We could have nailed that. APT would be 1265s. Need RAD to come down to 1820s for RAD. WBA shooting off there. CVS was a good one, but I think I couldn't get the VWAP bounce there. Should have tried to nail it. It would have been a good trade there. A little slow on my execution today. Best push was in another one that we were looking at again, the WBA.
I just realized that the chat couldn't hear me. So yeah, I am in AMD. I originally got in with 70 shares. I scaled out a little bit, and I don't mind adding back to it. It just depends on what the market does. This is a big drop in the SPY, and I think this is going to drag AMD down here. And so this should be good for me. I'm just going to try to get a $20, $25 win from this one if I can. But again, I'm mostly just scalping quick moves with small share size for now. Market dropped big. Market SPY dropped to 233s. So that's what I'm trying to hold AMD through here. The 90s. Yeah, I just figured out I was muted two-way. Oh well.
Market going down big there.
Yeah.
Looking for pullbacks in APT here to get in. RAD pulling back there. Would need 1820s on RAD.
Market dropping again here, breaking lows again.
Yeah, we might get into halt situations now.
Yeah.
Starting to drop. I'm not sure
get
how
out
much
here.
we dropped earlier, but
I got out of AMD there. I'm going to wait for a pullback, but I'm just going to take my little $15 win and again, slowly just try to build this up. The scalping methods have been working really well for me lately, and so I'm just going to stick with those. We are getting a few bounces, specifically in MU and CGC. We're getting a few bounces.
all right, guys, just got to be careful here, guys. Got a fill here for APT here at the bottom here, so I can risk a little bit. Good thing I put 50 shares out. Was able to get in there at 47, so I got to hold to the next support here. Should be 25s. 25s would get me out, guys. This is a good entry, though. This is the good thing about having a limit order out there. You guys see my entries actually got an amazing fill here.
Man, Gideon dropping it on us that Uber is halted in it. When did it get halted?
Nice.
Yeah, it got halted at 8:37. Was halted for 5 minutes and then just ripped up. What's going on with Uber? Let me drop this on you guys. Why is it up so much? If anybody knows why Uber's running, I appreciate you letting us know, Gideon. But yeah, if anybody knows why it's halted, let us know, or why it's not halted, but why it's running up like it is, because it's a pretty big move. I'm not seeing anything recent.
Yeah, the market's acting weird right now. I'll tell you that right now. Market just slowed up, and it was like a weird slow up.
Let me look at where the halt is. All right, so we closed yesterday at 23.24. Let me see where the 7% is. Or 23.98 actually. 23.98. So 23.98.10 or 0.1 times 0.07 means $167.87 drop. 167.87. 167.87. I said 167.87, right? That would be 200. Oh, so we're getting. Oh no, we still got a little bit of room. The 7% level would be 2,230, and so we would be right here for 7% roughly. Just to show you guys, this is the 7% level in the market. So here's the S&P 500. If we hit this level down here, this is the halt level. So we're actually got a ways away from that. I'm gonna make this really big so people can definitely see it. This is the halt level down here. We hit this level, market gets halted, but we still have a solid 3 or 4%, maybe a little bit over that until we get to that level. So we're still safe for the most part. People not wanting to leave their house is causing Uber Eats. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Look at RAD, man. I gotta pay attention to these, man. WBA VWAP bounce, RAD VWAP bounce, CVS VWAP bounce. 2 days in a row, I don't pay attention to them at the open. That's completely bad execution on my part, and great trades available there. Look at that rip on RAD.
Yeah, man.
Definitely disappointed in my execution there, guys. Got to be better at the open, man. Got to be better.
Pharmacy stocks, ripping up.
Easy trades there, guys. It's like as easy as it gets. So definitely, you guys could see me a little flustered at the open. You got to nail that, especially if you're going to trade the open. CGC ripping up there. That one looks good today, guys. Look for a pullback in that one, or you could try to get 70s off of 60s. AMD, look for it to start spreading up there. Space also pushing up to VWAP.
Yeah, AMD, MU up there. SPY's bouncing a little bit. So is the S&P. So we still have a good ways. I don't think we're going to get halted right now. At least we would have to drop another 4% in the overall S&P to get another halt today. So I don't think we're necessarily going to hit that. We'll see. Now the big thing is to see what the SPY does here. If the SPY continues to move up, or if the SPY confirms this downward trend and then just starts to head back down. So I'm watching AMD, MU for those.
Looking at CRWD for a pullback here. Looks like a nice squeeze potential. Looking for it to pull back towards 39.10s.
Horrible spreads, bad feels, a mess. Caught that Netflix rip. What's up, Netron? I think you're behind, bro. There you go.
Order out to get filled at 39.10s for CRWD. If I can get filled on that one. Thinking about maybe a short on space. VWAP looks good.
I just scalped MU. I'm still holding 50 shares, but made about $15 on it or something so far. I'm just looking at the market pulling back here. Kind of wanted to short MU or AMD, but I took MU instead. I'll take it. Gonna hold the rest roughly break even here.
Still haven't gotten filled in CRWD, so waiting for the pullback.
Got out break even in AMD. In MU, we just got a big rip up there. Made a little bit, but made about a few bucks, but still small. Ooh, I gotta get out of here. I just jumped in too big. I saw the market run up. I lost about $3 on that one. I'm trying to scalp some of these, but I saw the market bounce, and so I quickly exited MU. Maybe I should have held, but Thinkorswim's quotes are way off. The Thinkorswim's quotes are just off. And so it's probably better to watch MU. And so yeah, glad I watched Tef's. So glad I got out because I avoided this huge push because I was looking at Thinkorswim's level 2, which is again off.
All right, guys, got a little push there in APT. Gonna look to add here at 1250s. Order out to add. Also thinking about shorting here, space here. We need 90s off of 10s.
Watching the market here, if the market pulls back, I'm going to start shorting into AMD and MU, but I'm going to wait here, see what kind of entry I can get.
Trying to short in space and also long more and APT. See if I can get my fill for the short here. There's pushing up on the ask side.
Okay, buddy. You watching Pokemon? Pokemon Sun and Moon. They got a new Pokemon stuff thing out on Netflix about Mew, I think is what it is. Go check that out. That's pretty cool, right? Or maybe you and I can watch that later. I love Pokemon, man. I grew up in the 90s.
Looking to get filled here in space. I'm really close to getting filled here. Don't want to extend myself. Going to leave it at 90. If I get filled, I get filled. If not, let it go. There you go. Just got filled here. Can't let it go past 10.01.
SPY pulling up to the VWAP here. We'll see if it confirms, it gets rejected. MU pulling back, so glad I got out, or I did.
All right, guys, got to be careful here with space. Don't want to see a squeeze. Seeing a squeeze in CRWD, that one, man, missed that one by 10 cents. It was just because of the spread, and that one broke out, more than $1 on the VWAP breakout. So, all right, there's a good rejection there in space. Just got to hold off my 10 level now. I actually put a stop there at 10.05. Just because I'm watching two of them, and it's very hard to trade two. So sometimes if I have to trade two, I'm going to put a stop on one of them that I feel should just hold no matter what. And then I'll start paying attention to the other one that I feel I need to be more active in. That way you can take your eyes off one and not stress so much. So space is one that I'm short for a fade in. I got there at 90s. And I have a VWAP bounce play here for APT.
Alright, SPY got rejected at the VWAP, but everything else I was watching is now above it. So I'm going to wait for AMD to come back below it if I attack that again, but I got to wait for that. Maybe if it gets below the $0.50, I like the risk, but we gotta wait for that.
All right, looking for one more dip to 50s here, and I'll add here on APT. There you go, space looking good there, now to 75s. We're gonna look to take first profit at 66, second profits down to 40. There you go, APT setting up. Now pullbacks to 1250s or 1245s, I'll definitely add. And I can hold off 1240s or 1230s. One for a fade possibility is AMAT.
Yeah, market's kind of battling the VWAP, at least the SPY is, and so I'm waiting for something to get rejected to come below it. I'm up like 14 bucks on the day, so small, but we're gonna wait. It's still pretty early for me.
There you go. I'm looking for pullbacks now in APT to add longer. Space, we just don't want to see it by 10.
Alright, so the SPY actually is pushing above the VWAP now. It's dragging most of my stocks up, and so
my APT just flipped, so be careful here, guys. Spread opened up also. All right, guys, looks like I'm about to get stopped out in space. 10.05 would be my stop out right there, stopped out. Lost $20 in space there. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a bounce back day now. Look for some stocks to start getting strong through VWAP. All right, watching APT here, guys. Gotta be careful with it. Could make a bottom here, so trying to see if I can get a bottom here.
hey, I appreciated Brandy. But she's not lying, guys. Hit that like button, guys. We got 45 likes and 250 people in this chat. So hit that like button. Show your support for what we do here. We definitely appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button as well if you have not already. We day trade live for free every single day right here on YouTube. Every weekday at least. And so show your support, guys. Hit that like button.
In smart right now, guys. Trying to hold off stocks that I like. RAD and maybe WBA. WBA doesn't seem too bad right now.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out. Not seeing too much I really love right now. You know, we'll see. Market's kind of reversing. A little bit of a sideways trend if you look at the whole day so far. So we'll see if we break above this previous high. If it looks good, maybe look for some bounces and some pullbacks depending on what the overall market does here. But we're slowly starting to edge towards the previous closing price in the S&P. The S&P previous close is at 23. I don't know what that is. Let me see. It's not telling me. It's roughly at 23. It's roughly at 24. Roughly at 2400.
You see that AMD picked up massive, man.
Yep.
Okay, looking like it's gonna come back. Watch for that one. That one, when it reverses, it usually has a tendency to reverse in big. WBA down there, significant amount really quickly. Be careful, guys. RAD coming down there too. For RAD, I would look for maybe 834s or 850s, 1850s.
A little bit of a pullback in the SPY here. Alright, let me see. Alright. A little bit of a pullback in the SPY. We'll see what we get here, though. We're still kind of sideways. Rite Aid kind of looks like a bounce play.
Yeah, man. I was looking at that one right now. I was about to take it at 65s. I'm looking for it to maybe bottom here at 1840s.
Uber's still climbing up too.
All right, my APT still holding here.
Market ripping up. Everything else ripping up too. I'm going to take a little trade here on Rite Aid. I'm going to use that previous move down at 1860 as my risk, which is pretty small. Just in with 100 shares. I'm going to try to let this work and see what we get here. Watch the overall market pretty close. See if we get a move up to like 19 or so. Hey, my man, anything and everything about anything. Appreciate the sub, bro. Welcome to the team, man. Yeah, Thinkorswim needs to get their level 2 working, though.
Too expensive
yeah,
for that free
off.
life.
Yeah, man, free commissions. Guess that's what we get.
Man, that ride. That ride.
Yeah, I'm in it right now. With the 100 shares, though, just a small position. I'm just going to take profits quickly on this one. Let it test that whole dollar up there. Gonna hold my last little 50 shares left. We'll see. We'll see what it gets me. See if we get a nice little push over 19. I'll cover into.
All right, guys, gotta be careful here.
There we go. All right, I just sold into that push on Rite Aid, up about $30 on the day. Got to start taking some bigger positions here, but I am watching kind of what we're getting. Got to look for CGC to pull back, maybe to the VWAP a little bit more for a bounce play. No, I mean, it popped up. I mean, it's not my Rite Aid. It's more so the stream's probably a little bit behind. There has to be a lag in the stream, Joe, in order to stream trade ideas. There has to be a lag, and so you're probably just experiencing the lag. There's like a minute lag or so.
That rad though.
Yeah, I got a little bit. It was nice. I missed the whole push, but I got most of it with the little share size.
It just shows me, man, and I'm on the right stocks at the open, not trading them. So gotta maybe limit my charts to the ones that I think are the best stocks because I'm looking at too many.
Yeah, so Erica says, I'm looking at CGC2. Where would you recommend risk level? So I'm waiting for it to pull back to the VWAP. My VWAP is currently at 980s. And so I want it to pull back at least to like 995 before I get in. If it pulls back to 995, I might start scaling into it. And then I would set a risk level probably at 978 or so. That's right around the previous closing price, but it's also that low of that previous move at 978. And so if I can get in at like 990, give myself a risk level of 78, I would have a 17-cent risk, and then I'd give myself a reward target at least up to like 1025 or so. So I would have, almost 2-to-1, roughly 2-to-1 reward to risk. But again, that's just my plan. I'm not saying it's going to work. That's just what I'm thinking of right now for CGC with regard to reward and risk levels and entry. But again, it's all dependent on whether it actually pulls back to that, which it might not. Market moves up and breaks highs. I doubt it's going to pull back there for now.
All right, just got a triple bottom there. Have an order to add some more at 25s. So if we get a tick down, that's fine. Looking for this to start spurting up there. If it gets to 1250s, we'll put another order to add at our average. I'd like to see the SPY kind of reverse from here.
Yeah, I mean, most streams are going to have a delay, gold. The only ones that don't have a delay are ones that don't have scanners. And so it's like, you can watch them, but in the end, we're not a call-out stream. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what we do. We're more so just letting people watch us trade. There goes CGC. Just never got to my level, unfortunately. Market's running up though, dragging it up. SPY just broke the high of the day, the high of the intraday at 239.50. We're at 239.80 now. S&P 500's doing the same. I think you're going to see a lot of stocks start to rip up.
All right, guys, look good. Looks good for me. I'm going to be looking to add here. Pullbacks. Risk right now is going to be 23. Delete this line away from me. Look for ads at 30 or 32.
S&P's getting closer to that $2,400 level. We're very close to it. That's roughly where the previous close is. And so I think watching here is going to be a big move. I think if we get a move up over this and we hold, especially as support over that previous close on both the SPY and the S&P, I think a lot of stocks are going to start following suit. And I think if we get it rejected here, you know, a lot of stocks are going to follow suit in that direction too. And so I think this is a big level to watch.
Yep. For that reason, I'm watching AMAT for a fake out fade.
No, I'm the guy in the red shirt. Oh, John's. Yeah, I'm the guy in the red shirt. Mitch is the guy in the middle. Carol's the girl on the right of these emojis. Listen, guys, we need 40 likes. We got 260 people here, over 260 people. So hit that like button, guys. Show your support. We do this live for free every day. We're not experts or anything like that. We just teach you guys what works for us, you know, and also what doesn't work for us. And so if you want to see more content like this, free content, hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. We got 60 likes. Let's shoot a goal for 100 likes today.
All right, guys, order is out to add there. We're starting to get that spurt for me. I'm looking to add, just need pullbacks. If we do get above VWAP, I'll look to start getting that extension towards 13. At 13, we'd take some profit. We'd have about $70, and then we can look for a big breakout in the last 50 shares.
Great, hero.
All right, want to see if AMAT rejects here from breaking out over 3870s.
Do you think today is going to be as ugly as yesterday? No.
All right, I think right here is where we're going to find out what's going to go on with the SPY. We getting another extension up, or are we going to get pulled right back down?
Yep.
Here it is.
S&P 500 is breaking previous close, or at least it's trying to right now. But I think the previous close is at 23.98. We're at 23.96, testing it now. SPY, same thing.
There you go, guys. Now I'm up there to 1270s, looking good for me. Got a lot of buy volume at 1250s and 1240s and 1248. So gonna look for a pullback here to 1240s now. Can increase my ads to 1240s.
Yep. There's the break. Looks good. Alright, we're over it on the S&P. We just broke the previous closing price. Let me see what the previous close on the SPY is. We got rejected at the previous close of the SPY itself. We popped over it for a split second and then fell back down.
All right, this is looking good, man. It's looking good. You can see a big pullback here to 1240s or maybe even 1230s here. And then it start really shooting on up there. Just looking for that pullback here to get filled some more.
Yeah, it's a good sign, user. It looks better than yesterday. Alright, SPY is testing that previous close, back above it now.
Having some lovely internet issues, I can tell when my internet starts slowing down. There you go. You see? Yeah. Boom. I'm so good at it now.
Comcast life, you know?
No, it's telling you the truth. It's my experience on the level 2s. that I can tell when things are starting to halt up, and I know it's not a halt. So that's the internet lag.
Right. For anybody that didn't see me trade that, the rad trade, here it is. I made $14 on it. Small win. I gotta start scaling up though, which I'll probably try to do today. I've been trading a little bit earlier and it's been working out well with these scalps, and so I might start to trade a little bit earlier just because the last 2 days I've been trading earlier, haven't lost very much at all. I think I'm probably running at least 90% accuracy the last 2 days, at least. I think I've had one losing trade, no losing trades yesterday, one losing trade today out of like 4 or 3, and then yesterday I traded 5 times, and so pretty close, maybe a little bit worse than 90% actually, but not too bad. Hey dude, what's up, man?
You know, warlocks are a boy mixed up with a man.
What?
I said warlocks are like really smart boys.
Warlocks?
Yeah.
Warlocks are like a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad wizard.
Yeah, they're like a bad wizard. You know, a warlock, I guess, right? Is that what they are?
It's like a boy that's super good at math.
It's a boy that's super good at math. Is a warlock.
Wait, no, I mean it's like.
So does that mean that he's a warlock?
Does that mean you're a warlock?
Well, I'm kind of like one.
You're kind of like one.
Yeah. A warlock animal.
Warlock's not an animal. You want to see a warlock? I can look. I'll look up a picture. I'll say what. I'll type in warlock, and we'll look at what a warlock is. A warlock is a man who practices witchcraft, a sorcerer. So he's like a man-witch.
And I'm Sonic mixed up with Pac-Man.
You're Sonic mixed up with Pac-Man. That's right. So you're not a warlock. That's true. You know. Alright, bud. You alright? Alright. Man. My son, ladies and gentlemen. My son. You know. He's not a warlock. He's Sonic mixed with Pac-Man. You know.
Huge order put on my bid here, guys. You see this 203 there. If that gets filled on the bid side and it just starts shooting on up there, I'm probably even gonna hold my shares. This can start getting a ramp. Square just started pushing on up there pretty significantly. Look at Square. We're getting a pretty big ramp up here in the market, guys. Probably some good news came out. I'm seeing a significant move right there. Looking for any stock that I can find on a pullback.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for too. I mean, they got AMRN is what I'm looking at, but it's kind of doing the opposite of what the market's doing, and so I don't really trust AMRN as much. It is a biotech company.
I don't mind that one actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it too.
As long as you catch it near the bottom support.
Yeah, I just use that risk level of 24. You know, right around there. It's a solid risk.
Not a bad one.
If my screen looks blurry, just refresh. You just gotta refresh it.
There you go. I just got a whole bunch of volume to support my buys, and I'm such in a good price that I'm down here at this 38 level. So there's no point right now in adding. Just let it keep working, because if someone just buys this up and squeezes it through 13, we're gonna have over $70 right here.
Yeah, just click refresh if it's blurry, guys. That's what you really gotta do.
Looking for some stocks that are trying to break out. Rad was a beauty, man. That one,
Yeah.
The last 3 days, 4 VWAP bounces, not one has failed. Just to kind of give you an idea. Just to give you an idea of like, sometimes things are working, guys. And you got to nail that, you know, because that's your momentum. That's your chance. That's your opportunity.
Yeah.
CRWD was a really beautiful red to green VWAP bounce.
Alright, so market's pulling back here. I'm in with 100 shares of ARMR in just a small position. I'm waiting for some pullbacks, kind of like Mitch. Market broke over highs, both sides, the SPY and S&P, and so with that, I'm looking for some dip buy opportunities. I think that makes the most sense.
100%.
And I think considering the SPY just recently broke over a previous closing price, which is a pretty big level, that should be good for us here.
Got one that might do a VWAP bounce play here. WFC. Looking for 2710 entries or 2705s.
All right, I'm about to get out of AMRN.
There you go, guys. Now I'm up there to 1285s here. I'm up about almost 50 cents on this trade here. Seeing a hard downturn there. Let's see what happens now.
Yeah, I just got out of AMRN. I'm down 12 bucks on the day. It was just a biotech stock, and I think that is probably what affected it, where it's not following the market completely. It's a cheaper biotech stock, unfortunately. It's okay, though. Like I said, I'm going to be trading with bigger size, and I'm going to be trying to grow this account up some, the next few days. So we'll see what happens.
We got a pullback there. It's okay. We'll just hold on tight for right now. It's looking at WFC, but it only went down to 2718 there. It's looking at for 2705 entry. $14,000 shares went through there on APT at 1280s. So that's either a shorter. They got short there at 1280s, which would be right above VWAP. Maybe a VWAP fake out fade. That's what he's looking at. So I'm looking for him to get squeezed up. That would be the 1290s. 1290s would create a nice squeeze. Past his 1293s, I'll squeeze him out if he is short. So that's how I look at the big orders, and I start looking to see where they're piled in. Because if I'm in a better price than them, I can still hold and see if they get squeezed out. See if we get a big pullback here in the SPY. You see how we've been doing these full range moves? What I mean by that, John? Like, it's gone up to a resistance, went down to a support at the open.
Yeah. For sure.
Those are the ones we're getting. And so the best thing to do that is to really understand resistance and support, because if you can do that, then you have at least risk and reward.
Right.
And that 100%. Could be an edge itself.
Right. For sure.
I think the key here, guys, is that you also got to understand kind of a little bit longer term. If you're trying to hold these ranges, is understand that there could be longer term trends in play.
I'm in with 300 shares of Rite Aid, but it's so rangy right now, and the spread's not the greatest, which is what I realized just now. So I'm gonna take profits quick. Just took half off. Currently holding 150 shares left. I'll try to switch this since it's been a little bit more volatile. There's 30s, looks good. Gonna hold this last little 75 shares, try to get a much bigger move up. Just took another half, holding 75 left. Gonna let this run up some if I can. There's 34s, 39s. We're gonna see if this can pop up over 40. I think 40 is gonna be a resistance level, but we'll see if we can get that move over. Holding 75 shares left, pretty safe now. We're just gonna hold this in case we get a move up to the 1950s. Alright, we're up to the 40s. Let's see if we get that move. The bid is what I gotta really watch here with Rite Aid, just because the bid is what's really popping around and changing a lot. Let's see if we get a move up here now. There's 48s. Lovely. And we'll see if we get a $0.50 spike here at this high of the day. Hands over the cover button. Now I'm going to sell very quickly into some strength if we get it here, and if not, I'm just going to get out. Going back up to the highs, testing that $0.50. Gonna look for a break here really quick. It's 49s, 46s on the bid. Let's see if we get it. 46 on the bid still. Hands over the cover button. It's test. There's 47s. There's 50s. See if we get this pop over. 52s, nice. 54s. See the high of the day. 55s, broke the high. See if we hold. Yeah, I missed it. Maybe I got a little too greedy on the end part, but made a little bit of money with that one. I still got to scale up some. I lost some on AMRN, and then I made it right back with Rite Aid here. And so we'll see what we get today, but not bad. A little green day so far.
Things coming down in a hurry now. Gotta be careful.
So I'm kind of right back where I started. I was at $25 up. Then I lost money, and now I'm back up again. So we'll see. Kind of looking at AMRN for a rebound bounce, even though that one, I'm kind of mad at that one right now. We are testing the previous close, and so I think this level is very important.
Watching AEO, American Eagle. We'll need that to come back down to VWAP.
We got 81 likes in here, guys. 81 beautiful likes. Let's hit that like button. Let's bring that number up to over 100. We need 19 likes today, guys. I'm going to go for MU again here just because it looks like a rebound bounce, and it looks like the market's going to bounce here, and I think the market's following MU up. I might be a little late here, though, unfortunately. Yes, I am. Man. Oh, no, I'm talking about AMRN, not MU. What am I thinking? I think there's a big level. I'm anticipating that the market actually finds some support here. And so that's what I'm actually anticipating, is that the market finds support and then heads up. With what's going on in the world, that might be a little bit unlikely, but the chart is telling us that, is that it broke above the previous close, and now it's anticipating a support hold at the previous close. So it broke above resistance, and that resistance is going to turn into support. And so that's really what we're waiting on here. And I think that's what's going to dictate what a lot of these other stocks do. And so I think this level's big here. The S&P 500 is testing that previous close very closely now. And the SPY is the same at 240. The previous close on the SPY is at 240. And so we're going to look to see if that level holds. That's what I'm anticipating here. We'll see, though. It's not set in stone. So I'm going to jump in with 50 shares of AMRN, just to start slowly scaling in. And again, the whole reason behind that is anticipating a hold at that previous closing price for both the S&P 500 and the SPY itself. I just added another 100 shares. In with 100, or another 50 shares. I'm in with 100 now. Like I said, I'm really anticipating we hold here. I'm giving myself a very tight risk for AMRN though, but I'm anticipating that we hold here and move up with the overall market. Add another 100 here to AMRN, and I'm going to give it a little bit tighter room. I'm still roughly break even on the day, but I'm going to let this hold down to the VWAP. I think if I'm scalping this, I got to take a little bit bigger size. But yeah, if anybody is, speaking of sizing, if anybody wants to use the same platform that we use, I'll post this link. It's one of the cheapest ways you can actually get started day trading the market, and I'm able to actually buy 100 or 200 shares because the commission is so cheap relative to everything else. It's one of the cheapest ways to get started. For $400, for $3.99, a new trader can day trade in short stocks with 14,000 in buying power to trade with. The way it works is it operates like a prop firm, and so there's a 70-30 split and a $700 max loss, but they give you 14,000 to trade with once you're approved for the base package, which again is $400 roughly. There's no PDT rule, and you can day trade and short stocks. And if you're looking for a cheap way to trade, a cheap way to get started where you don't have that much money to get started, but you want to learn how to actively day trade, I think this is obviously the best option here. It's a great way to help support our channel. And again, it really allows you to get your feet wet for cheap in the market. I don't think anywhere else in the trading world can you spend $400 and get that much buying power, have the potential to make money, and then it comes with the course, it comes with the demo account, and it comes with access to their chat room. And so in my opinion, it's just it's less risk for the new trader looking to get started. I'm going to take half off of my position here of AMRN. It's a cheaper way for the new trader to get their feet wet. It actually allows them to day trade and risk less as a new trader, to where you don't have to risk a bunch, and most new traders are going to lose. And again, it's just a great way to help support our channel. And so there's the link if you want to check that out.
All right, looking at KR, Kroger, seeing if it's going to bottom out here. Looks interesting here.
All right, so MU is up to here, I'm going to put up AMRN real quick. So this one did spike really nicely here. I'm probably going to take another half off. Up about, oh wait, not yet. There we go. Up about $45 on the day for AMRN. Caught the bounce. Exactly what I thought would happen happened. And if you guys heard me say that, I said, I think the SPY is going to bounce here. It's the previous closing price. And so I'm going to get into this position anticipating that bounce. And that's exactly what we got for AMRN. Worked out really, really well. And
lots of volume just got in Kroger. The one I was looking for bouncing.
I'm going to see what we can do with the last little 50 shares I have here. I'll hold the rest. We break under this, I'm out. So I'll hold the rest and try to let this work, but it's just 50 shares left. That's my exit. Got to get out there. So yeah, $42 up so far. We're going to slowly try to build this thing up. Really green day for me again. I've only had, I think, 2 losses today, and I've had multiple wins. But yeah, up in almost $50. We're going to keep pushing, though, and see what else we can find today while the market's favorable for us.
All right, looking at Kroger, a lot of volume got in there. I'm looking for this pullback to get in at 35s. Risk would be off at 35.20s. Take 50 cents, 50 shares to just start it if I can get that entry.
What, you mean what, Brandy? Are you aware of the quadruple witching hour? SPY is going up in anticipation of tomorrow? Interesting.
The witching.
Yeah, nice trade gold. Yeah, man, like I said, we've had a few people in the history of this channel that have consistently gotten mad at us if we don't take their picks, and we're very anti-pick here. Like, we might call out stuff, be like, hey, this is going to happen, but in the end, everybody has their own style. I'm not going to follow somebody else's picks because they trade differently than I do, and even though their plan might be correct, and their entries and exits might be the right exits, and even though the trade might be the right trade, it's just not my style, and I have my own style, and it's working, and I'm just going to stick with what works. And so the overarching point here is that don't get mad at anybody if they don't take your picks. That is a very unrealistic expectation. We all have our own style, team, and I'm not saying you are gold. I'm just kind of restating this for everybody here. So it's fine to give picks, guys. Just never get mad at anybody if they don't take them, because, you know, like I said, it's not a reasonable expectation. You know, you might be right 5 times in a row, but I'm going to stick with what works for me. And that might be different than what works for anybody else. Hey, thank you, Brandy. We appreciate it.
Looking for quick dips here to get into Kroger's. Saw 400,000 shares get in there at 50s. So trying to beat their pricing, get in below them on the long side, and then hold right below it.
Black City, yeah, Thinkorswim's level 2. I haven't even been, I've had to watch TEF's level 2 because Thinkorswim is just not accurate. The level 2 is just way out of whack. Not working.
All right, looking for a quick dip here to get in Kroger's.
What is Kroger? KR?
KR.
Yeah.
I'll put it up on my top chart if you want.
Yeah, there's that bounce at that previous closing price, guys. Let me just show them this real quick. So look at this, guys. So this is the bounce I talked about. If you look at the S&P, look at that. Right there. This is the bounce I talked about, right above this previous closing price. And it's a good lesson on how much sway and how useful the previous close can be. Shout out to Two-Way for giving me this thing that documents it. But yeah, there's the bounce, and that's going to drag a lot of other stocks up. All right, Mitch, I got you back up. You watching Pokemon?
All right. Kroger bouncing there. Looking for a pullback here to the 40s at the minimum. But if it just breaks out here, that's that buyer at 35.50s, guys. Yep. Just pushed it up a little bit. I'm looking for a pullback. Still haven't gotten the entry that I wanted. So I'm trying to extend myself in this one.
We need 11 likes, team. 11 likes. Smash that like button. We only got 2 dislikes, so if you appreciate what we do here, hit that like button, guys, and hit that subscribe button. And remember, if you click the bell after you subscribe, you'll get a notification and an alert every time we go live, which is every weekday morning. Brandy said, right, can't be mad at somebody, at someone not doing what they do to make money. Yeah, for sure. And like I said, in the history of this channel, we've had people that get really upset. They get so mad if we don't take their picks. They call out their picks and then we don't take them. They get offended. Like children. Like, they get mad. And it's like, dude, I'm going to do what works for me. And then it got to the point where it's like they were so mad we didn't take their picks that they would just criticize like any loss we had. And so it just got toxic, man. And some people just need that validation, and we're not here to give that, man. Like, we're just here to watch people. We're just here to trade. And that's what we want to do. And so, you know, in the end, it's just about running the channel. It takes time to kind of learn what we
Kron, a good one to watch, guys. Kron, a good one to watch. CGC had an amazing day already. So I would look to see if Kron wants to have an amazing day. Has a bottom at 574 and a resistance at 605. So you're looking at a little bit over 25 cents, 30-cent range. So you shouldn't risk more than 10 cents on this trade, but there's a 3-to-1 from the top to the bottom. All right, starting to get the dip in Kroger's. I have an order out to fill at 40 and 30, 50 shares each. Let's see what happens here.
AMRN pulling back. Maybe gonna give me another entry here. We'll see. But yeah, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell. We do this live for free every day. John.
All right, here comes that quick dip. Actually put my order to fill here at 30s versus 40s. I just seen a dip, and I know it could dip really fast. Don't mind longing into the dip and buying into the weakness, but you got to try to be near the support. If you're not near the support, then you put yourself in a world of hurt.
John, did you always have a beard? No. You know.
Oh, I've been growing out my catastrophe beard, I'm calling it.
Right. The Armageddon beard, you know. Yeah, the end of the world beard.
I'm growing it.
I'm growing mine back out too. I'll probably shave it today though, really. I'm tired of having a beard. I had one for years. I've had one for like 5 years now. And so my wife hates it. I don't really like it. I can't eat nachos. Like, I love nachos, man. I love nachos. Like, I love tacos and stuff like that. And having a beard just makes it really messy. And it's unfortunate. But, you know. Plus, I'm finally getting to the age now where I don't mind looking young. I hated looking young all my life. Now I'm at the age where it's okay. I'll look young. You know.
It's all good now?
Yeah. My man John, been watching you for 2 weeks in a row. Really happy with your service. First month as a day trader. Seeing green since following the channel. Hardly miss a stream. Hey, well, that's what we're here for, Carlos. Nice work, brother. Yeah, man. Like I said, we're not experts here. We just teach people what works for us. You know what I mean? We just teach people what works for us. It might not work for them. You know what I mean? We can't guarantee it's gonna work. We don't charge for anything though, and so you know, we just trade in front of people. Let them watch us trade. That's it.
On getting to that level that I like.
CGC pulling back, but the market is actually pulling back to that previous close here. So we held support once. We'll see if we do it again. I don't really like the double top that the market's putting in there, though. The market is putting in a very self-evident double top right at around, on the SPY, it's at 243.50. On the S&P, it's at 2,430. And so we are putting a very obvious double top in right now. A lot of stocks are starting to pull back. And so we might get a few bounce entries, but I think if the market doesn't rebound here,
all right, gotta be careful with mine, guys. APT moving down significantly there. Can't let it crack. Want to let it get volume again. The one I'm liking also, if you wanted to look for a long time potential, would be
wait, what did I do?
Kron.
I just clicked something and it was like something about a problem being solved. I accidentally clicked something. Oh no. What have I done?
It's got filled on KR.
Hey, we appreciate the sub. I don't know who that last sub was. It's just kind of blank, but thank you, Mr. Seymour. I appreciate the sub, bro. Welcome. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Let's see if we broke 100 yet. We have 101 Dalmatians. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. Just got in there in Kroger. I'm gonna try to zoom in here so you guys see where I got in here. Got in there at 29.
The fact that you go live and help people is awesome. Not like the others. Just want you to buy the crazy pricey course. Yeah, for sure. And I don't want to, like, listen, like, Mitch and I make money doing this. You know what I mean? So, like, we do it for free. And it's kind of like a, you know, it benefits everybody. Like, we make money doing it, but we put out free content. And so it's good for everybody. It's a win-win.
The key here, guys, is that we try to give you what's the most expensive part of trading, teaching, live for free.
Right.
Everyone tries to charge thousands to watch other traders trade live. Why? Because to tell you the truth, when you usually watch them trade live, you're usually not even going to be, to tell you the truth, stunned. They do really well, but they do different kind of strategies. A lot of the times you can't duplicate these strategies.
Right.
We try to do strategies that are a little bit more reserved. We always try to focus on risk management. You're not going to see us lose $1,000 in one day. The reason why we don't push that far is that we try to be here every single day, trade every single day. And with that comes the responsibility of showing you guys as viewers that we stay to our rules and we want to stay to them.
Right. Yeah, for sure. It's new traders. It's expensive being a new trader. They get nickel and dimed everywhere, man, everywhere. And you know, like I said, there's certain people that sell courses, and I'm not against selling courses. If you know what you're doing and actually like know what you're doing, selling courses is fine. You know what I mean? It's understandable. Anybody that has an expertise in anything, there's nothing wrong with bringing in different income streams. You know, even if you're the best trader in the world, it's still somewhat unstable. And so there's nothing wrong with bringing in new income streams. I think the issue that what happens a lot of the time though is that they mislead new traders in order to sell their course. Because if you tell new traders the truth, which is that it's probably going to take years to do well, most of them aren't going to do it. Most of them aren't going to do it. And so what happens is a lot of the time the gurus have to lie to new traders, and they lie by saying, oh, if you buy my course, you know, you can make $1 million in 6 months, and within a year you'll make $1 million bucks, or you know, if you buy my course, you'll make all this money quick. Is it possible to get rich trading penny stocks in 3 months? Sure is, you know, yeah, it is, just like winning the lottery is, you know what I mean? And so what happens is the gurus have to lie to new traders in order to justify the new trader buying their course, right? And that's just a very toxic system, you know, where new traders get lied to. They build up all these hopes and dreams because they think they're going to get rich quick, and they don't. And then that hurts even more, right? And it's a very toxic part of it. And so in the end, what we see is that new traders have a very unrealistic of what real trading is and how long it really genuinely takes. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes years, and you'll probably lose money that entire time. And so best advice I can give a new trader is just be prepared to lose, have realistic expectations. You know, it's not a race. It's going to take a long time.
All right, guys, trying to add here in Kroger. See if I can get a fill to add here. No ad there. Bounce up right immediately. Canceling down for a second there.
I kind of missed CGC here. I wanted it. Now I don't like it. The reason I didn't take it is because the S&P broke below the previous close. I could try with AMD here. Maybe it'll give me a better entry. It's a little bit better. I haven't traded AMD today. I'm going to get in with like 30 shares here though. I don't know, man. This might not be the right move. S&P 500 is dropping.
All right. Saw a nice recovery there off of Kroger there. Gonna look to add here. Yep. There's a nice recovery there. Let's see if we can get back into the 30s, and I'll hit the add. 38s. Scoop 38 really quickly. Yeah, it looks good here.
I'm up a little bit in AMRN, but nothing major here. We got some resistance from pre-market here. I'm also watching the S&P very closely. I'm also looking at CGC. I might take 2 trades at once, but ooh. Yeah, I just made like $10 from AMD. I was with 30 shares, and so I can't. I'll take that. Now I'm in CGC, or I'm not in CGC, but I'm watching CGC now. This is about where I wanted to get in.
Interesting day to say the least. Again.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of traders are talking about these times, and you know what I would say is these are definitely times where money is being made. So you just have to determine how to do it. And that's the key here. It's the how.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. I'll get you some. What do you want? You want Cheerios with bananas? All right, I got you, buddy. Hold on. Just give me a few minutes. I'll be there in a second, okay? Cheerios with bananas. Breakfast of champions. Here, don't bring that over here because that's too loud, okay? Alright, S&P 500 got rejected at the previous closing price.
Might sell Kroger here. It's at the 20s. Anything under the 16, I'm just gonna sell. I'm out. Out on Kroger there. Started crashing on me. Lost $8 on that trade. Keeping the trade small, guys. When I'm losing small. Giving myself a shot. If I do make a win today, probably make $100. And hey, that's the way I've been trading. All right, I want to see a big lift here through 1250s.
Alright, I'm in with the 100 shares of CGC. If we get a rip over here, we'll see. I don't like the fact that I'm in the middle of this range here. It's less favorable for me where I'm at now. But I can let the market do what it's doing here and see if we get a rebound or what we're going to get here and just kind of hang out for now.
I like Kron also. Could have got it there at 75s. Risk off of 65s there. Looks good.
Level 2 one Thinkorswim is just way out of whack, man. I'm gonna get out here and just keep this. I'm too busy watching the S&P 500. I'm still up $40 in the day. The S&P 500 is testing the slowdown here, and if it breaks, I think everything else is gonna get dragged down. If it continues to hold that resistance level of the previous close, everything else is gonna get dragged down, I think. Yeah, there's the drop in CGC, and so that's what I was really worried and concerned about. Hey, listen, you just got up. I'm going to make your breakfast in a second. Okay? Hey, I appreciate the sub, Mikhail. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go make my son his breakfast, since he's demanding it now.
What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? What's up, Gideon? How's that Uber life? Out of EMPH, Buzz? There you go. Not bad. Uber all over the place. Yep. Square, I think, halted also. Square was an interesting one, guys. It's an interesting chart right now. You guys can take a look at Square. That one's a little intense. KR made a bottom there at 18s, which was the support. I want to see if that one gets back above 35.50s later on today. Square off the VWAP looks interesting right now, but that one's a huge range in that one. ginormous range in that one. What's up, Ray Ray? I didn't forget. I'm just trying to play. Yeah, Gideon, we'll see. We'll see if I at least I give myself a shot on APT. You know, definitely, guys. Though you guys have seen me go ahead and call out those WBA, the rad play. Those are how you got to be really good at the open. You know, if you're seeing that, seeing those kind of plans preset to the pre-market, and then the market opens up and it does the same exact thing you were looking for, those are the ones that I try to improve on my execution, because you know, they're good trades. They're already established. They're some of my best trades are the ones that I establish pre-market. I know the levels and I just go off of that. Jay, I hope you got that thong song playing. We don't know, but Jay has white hair. Cisco style. You know which one was crazy today, John, that halted twice?
Which one?
Square.
Yeah,
that one.
Square, man. Really?
Man. Halted twice. Interesting. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
To say the least. All right, guys, got to be careful here with my APT. It's pulling back, not coming back. Really, what that's concerning to me is that the SPY might bounce here significant amount. The SPY cracks down here, I think I will get that bounce up in APT. But if the SPY bounces here, we could see some stocks come roaring back up. So I'm trying to pay attention here and react to it. That's all you can do. All right, this is heading down there on APT. Might have to sell out here. It's actually at the low of the day, so got to really be careful here. Next move is 12. Might just knock me out here, guys. Not looking good here. There you go, good bounce up. Someone took 1,000 shares off that 25 bottom there. They're trying to call the bottom on it.
I just nailed a trade on CGC. Took another few hundred off. I am up around $75 in the day. Holding 200 shares left, gonna hold these break even.
Good job, John.
Thanks, man.
Square looks like it's trying to bounce there. Maybe a 42, but be careful with the range on Square, guys. It's a massive range. And you looking strong there for the VWAP bounce play that you like, John.
I'm still holding 200 of CGC. I'm probably just going to let these work, see if I can build up a little bit more if it continues to ride up here. There we go. There's 82s. I'm going to take another half off there. Holding 100 left. Going to let the last little 100 climb up to 11 if we can. You know, it just depends on what the S&P 500 does. The S&P 500 is running back into that previous close. And so it really depends on what that one does here. I'm not completely opposed to taking another half here as well, up $90 in the day. Gonna hold the last little 50 shares if we get a spike over 11. Sell into that strength. Hopefully try to get a $100 day here with this last trade. I think it's gonna depend on what the S&P 500 does here at this previous closing price though. But I'm up around 90 bucks. There we go. 97s. Let's see if we get that 11 break.
Man, that Kron was a good one. Glad I called that one out. It was a nice trade there.
Yeah, it's cannabis stock too, like CGC.
Yeah, the key was that one was on the bottom side. When you bought up CGC, that's the only reason I like that one. CGC
97s.
broke out led though the sector for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this last little $4 from it, but I don't think I am. I might just want to not be greedy here. We might get a rejection at this whole dollar. We're at 11 now. I'm almost there. One more dollar and I got it. There's the spike. Maybe I'm being greedy here though. I think it's gonna get rejected. We're over 11, so my plan was to sell into that strength, but I hesitated there. I just need 2 more bucks. I'm watching my P&L too closely here, I think.
That happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out at $97 win today. I'm gonna call it 100 to make myself feel better, you know. But
bro, 100 a day is not a bad day.
Yeah, I'll take it, man. Been a solid, very except for you know, a few bad trades on MU. You know, not a bad week, man. Not a bad week. That's gonna get me well above the $2,000 level. And so we're steadily pushing it, man. I think this week I have to be running at like at least 75-80% accuracy rate at least. We'll see though. I'm gonna hang it up for the day. I'm done.
Not a bad day, John.
Hey, thanks, man.
Not a bad day at all, bud.
Yeah, it's been a good week. I don't think no losing days this week so far. 100% green days. Broke $2,000 in profit, and we're gonna see if we can finish it out. I think what's really helping me though is the volatility, man. I think the SPY picking a direction like it has is super beneficial for day trading. If you look at the SPY and the S&P, it's every day it's been maintaining above and below the VWAP. It's never really been that choppy, which is always good for us traders if the overall market isn't super choppy, and that's what we've got for the most part. So as long as the market stays like this, we'll probably keep getting some solid green days, and the hard part's going to be whenever the market slows down some. You know, when it slows down, it might be worse for us. So
Agree.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Gideon.
MU making a good bounce there. Hey, Matt. Let's see if these hold. XLU going down there. Looking like it's cracking.
So we have a few questions on TradeNet. Quick question, can you trade ETFs? Yeah, almost all of those are tradable, RV. Almost all of those are tradable. So like UVXY, TVIX, UGAZ, UWT, they're all tradable. I can trade them as much as I want on TEFs. I appreciate the sub, Kane. And then the other one is, do they have a demo account? They have a challenge, RV. And so if you want to try the challenge out, I'll post that link here, man. Let me find the challenge link. I know I got it somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, so if you want to try the challenge, they do have a trading challenge that lets you try to win a free one. I think this is it. If it's not, let me know. But I think this should work. Let me see if that works. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so here you go. If you want to try the challenge out, there's the link. What are the commissions I pay? They're roughly, for almost all of these positions, I'm paying about $3 a trade. And so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I'd say about 20 bucks in commissions is roughly what, maybe 20, 30 bucks. So very cheap commissions. That's one of the big benefits of them.
I think you can look for Kron to break out here.
No toilet paper. paper. Yeah, we had to find some for a little bit. It took a little bit while for us to find some. Maybe when the task force speaks, we'll get a dip. Yeah, we'll see.
All right, guys. You guys see this platform that John and I are trading on? This is TradeNet, guys. The best thing about TradeNet is a funded account program so that you can day trade as much as you want with no PDT. Can't stress how much that is important for you new traders. You get cheap commissions. You're able to short stocks. A lot of you traders are struggling right now because you can only go long. Look for someone to give you the strength of going short. And that's really what TradeNet is also giving me. It's giving me an ability to short and long stocks. So not only do you get access to their chat room, but you get also a demo account to practice and also a legit trading course. So definitely check it out, guys. This definitely makes sense risk and reward wise. Too many paper trading out there. Trade live, trade small. That's what I recommend. It's the best way to do it. Even 1 cent per share, even one share, and focusing on cents per trade is, I think, so vital to every trader. If you can just focus on the cents per trade, you can start building a process that will actually repeat itself and get you those profits that you're looking for. So definitely check out TradeNet, as it has some great strengths to go ahead and get you to be able to trade short, trade long, and have those cheap commissions.
So the platform is called Tefs, Alan. Platform is called Tefs. The company that you're getting all of this from, though, is TradeNet. And so TradeNet partners with Tefs, which is the platform. And basically, you spend $3.99, which is the price of the base package. It'll get you started. It comes with a course and a demo account and access to their chat room. And then you get to apply, and almost everybody's approved. And if you're not approved, you can get a refund for the funded account. And that includes a funded account with $14,000 in buying power. So you get to day trade a pretty large account with 14K. There's a 70-30 split. So you basically partner with them, and they keep 30% of your profits like a prop firm. And then you keep 70%. And so if you take the 14K and bring it up to 15K, they keep 300, you keep 700. And then there's a $700 max loss. But again, I mean, if you really think about it, over 3 months, the cost of a paper trading platform alone, a lot of times, is going to be the equivalent of an intro package on TradeNet. And with the intro package, it comes with a 2-week paper account, and you could potentially make money on it. And so by that logic, if you could extend an intro package 3 months, you're paying roughly what you would for a DOS paper trading platform. And I think that is the cheapest way for a new trader to get started and teach them how to manage real money in a live account. And I think that's what they need to learn, and I think it's the cheapest option. So I'm pretty sure taxes are done like you're a contractor. So if you make $1,000, you file like you're a private independent contractor. Not sure. I'm not a tax professional, so I don't necessarily feel comfortable answering that. I'm not 100% sure either way. Best thing to do is to reach out to a CPA. But I'm pretty sure you would file as an independent contractor. Yeah, 1099, 100%. But yeah, my neighbor's mowing his lawn. Buzz. What's up, Katarina? But yeah, guys, I'll probably close it down. Let me see. We got the SPY and the S&P are kind of battling that previous closing price. And so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down, guys. If you want to use the same scanners that we use as well, you can check them out. And both of these are great ways to help support our channel. We're gonna be biased in their favor because we make commissions if you sign up through us. But if you want to use the same scanners, super up to date, real time, allow you to do a lot of different stuff with trade ideas. And so you can build scans, do all this cool stuff with them. Super dynamic. You can see I even have a VWAP fade scanner here that tells me when stocks cross under and over the VWAP. And so if you want to check them out. I'm sorry, man. My kids are home, Capital. I would hang out and do some lessons. I would, Capital, brother. Tomorrow, man. Let's try to do that tomorrow. Just remind me, brother. I got you. But yeah, there's the link for trade ideas if you want to check them out. We also have a great website where you can get all of this stuff, in one place. There's broker reviews. There's links for TradeNet and TAFs. There's discount links. There's all this cool stuff. And so if you want to check out our website, we got strategy, pattern breakdowns, courses, free classes is what I mean by courses. A lot of free content. And there's the link for that as well. Appreciate all the love. We had 108 people like today. All right, Mitch.
That's it, man. You gotta have a great one. Definitely stay up with me. I'll stay up with you guys.
Later, guys. Have a good day. We'll see you next time.